Hi there, it's Catherine with, I'm going to call it a little visit and maybe a tiny little thrift haul. I went to visit my mom today. She lives about a half an hour away from me in the town, maybe 2 towns over. And as I've mentioned before, there are some really nice thrift stores there, and I can't help it if my car knows the direction there. And you know what? It was my lucky day because the one store was 70% off, and the other store is the one that I really like, that I put things on the weigh scale, and I actually didn't get much there. I did better at the 70% off store. So I'll go through the pile here. I got some blank cards here that just look cute. They're just little they're cards with, looks like kitchen cooking things, you know, a bowl of apples and stuff, and they're blank, which is nice, and they're sort of a creamy color, which I prefer. And on the back is a little recipe. So, and they're all Beulah's applesauce cake. Oh, Ezra's easy white cake. So it looks like there's a few different ones. Upside down apple gingerbread. Anyhow, that was cute. That was in my at my weigh scale store. Found this at my weigh scale store. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I mean, it certainly looks old. It looks like it's had the daylights beaten out of it. It says American Express on it in the United States. And then inside it's got all these neat little pockets. And I'm thinking that these pockets could be transferred onto a lap book. I think those would look cool, incorporated into a lap book. So I grabbed that. This was one of the items at my weigh scale store that they price individually, and they absolutely wanted 50 cents for this. So I parted with 50 cents. Nobody was there to tell me to stop, so I did get two decks of cards. This deck of cards is very pretty. It looks, there's Asian writing here, and I apologize, I do not know whether it is Japanese, Chinese, Korean. I don't know, but the artwork is just beautiful, and I love the bright royal blue. So I was happy to find those. And then there was another deck of cards there that I also enjoy because it's got seashells on it. So 2 more decks of cards. Just what I need. Got some sort of off-white lace, flat lace, which I like. I'm going to be using that in Felicia. And it was 70% off, so all this was 30 cents. So that's nice. That was a good deal. This same store. So isn't that pretty? Even though it's obviously machine sewn, but it's very pretty. I'll find a way to use that. And then there was a little, until I got into the car, I didn't realize that there was a teeny tiny one there. And I love that one. So this teeny tiny one may have to go into Infelicia as well. Very good. And I found just one little card. They have a little card section at the Mission Thrift store that's set up almost like a little Hallmark card store. And all other cards are 25 cents each. So I don't get a lot there. But I just thought that this little lady that looks like something out of a Jane Austen book, she's going to be going into Infelicia. So I'm going to actually put that in my basket right now because I've always got my basket going. Found 2 books at my 70% off store. And they really are, I love when they've got the speckled paint sides. Not that it will ever get noticed because I'll be using only a few leaves at a time out of it, but that warms my heart. And they actually really are old and just never got used because they're already yellow. But they don't feel bad. They're not cracking or anything. And I opened them up. Let me find center of one of the signatures. Usually these kind of books nowadays, if you buy them at the dollar store, they're glued in. But these ones, both of them are sewn in. So I'm going to be able to easily pull these apart and just put them straight into journals. I love when I can find pre-folded lined paper, and boy, this is pre-yellowed. I don't have to do a thing to them. And 70% off, what's that, 15 cents each? That's really awesome. These things, I bought them just to see and maybe play with them. First of all, I just loved this cover, Woody Herman. Woody Herman and his wood choppers. Now, I've heard of Woody Herman. I've never heard of Woody Herman and his, I guess his group was the wood choppers. Anyhow, I've got, ever since I made that first lap book, I've got lap books on the brain now. And at my weighing store, these don't go on the weigh scale, thank goodness, because it weighs a ton. It's got the original 45s, not 45s. What are these, 78s? It's got the original ones still inside. And at this store, you pay by the record. And I took them up to but I wondered about these because it's sort of in a book. So I took it up to the cash register and I said, are these by the record? And she says, yeah. And I said, even though it's in a book? She says, yep. So she opened it up and counted it. They're 25 cents per record. So this was $1, this big thing. And I just thought, again, I mean, I'll have to clean it up, but that's half the fun is when they look grungy. But I just thought if I could find a way to even, cut there and then use that side as the flip in on this side, and on this side flip in. That wouldn't that make a really neat looking lap book? And same with this one. I just thought that would be too. Mario Lanza. I think he's the one. Was Mario Lanza the one in the original South Pacific? Where he got to sing Some Enchanted Evening. Yeah. Well, I thought this was very romantic. That midnight kiss. So, anyhow, again, I thought, you know what? I thought for $1, actually this one was less. I think this one only has 2 albums in it. Oh, hold on, let me count. That was empty. 1 and 2. Yeah, this one only had two of the actual record inside. So this was 50 cents. And I just thought this might make a really, really neat lap book. But I don't see a date anywhere. Maybe I'll go online and see if there's any way to find out how old this is. But I think that might make a really cool looking lap book. So I'm going to play with them. What does it hurt? It was $1.50 total for both of those record album books. Maybe that's why they call them albums now. Now that I'm thinking about it, because that literally was an album. Anyhow, and my last little thing here is I found some wine charms. I had to get these ones because they were all in a little bag. So I'm not sure. Maybe I can use these little balls as whatchamacallits, little charms to hang off a book. I'm having a brain cramp here. The ones I fell in love with are these tiny little birds. Look at, there's a little blue jay. But the one that I really fell in love with, oh look, it's a little, let me make sure I can, it's a little robin. So guess what book that'll be going on? me find it. Let me find it. I haven't been able to crack it open yet. I've got other books to work on. But that little fella, I'll be probably putting a eyelet in there. Boy, I'm having brain cramps this aft. And put that little robin right there. That's going to be cute. And then the rest will get put to use. I guess the only little thing that actually is my my little visit thing is I broke one of my own rules last night, and I'm happy about it. A book that I'm working on, I wanted to put, it's not in Felicia, it's the other one. I wanted to put this tiny, tiny, tiny lace along the edge. And because I want it right on the edge, the Fabri-Tac just wasn't holding it as strong because there just wasn't that much room. And I wanted that to stick out, the little scallop. So I took a chance and I just sewed so slowly along the edge. I literally was pretty well just turning the wheel on my machine just with my hand and not using any electricity. But it turned out so nice, and it's right on there. And I'm just thrilled. It worked out great. So I broke my own rule. In yesterday's episode of In Felicia, I mentioned that I don't trust my machine because it likes to chew up paper, and when I'm doing something that I really, really want it to be beautiful, I will glue it instead. No, that's on there. Good. Yay. All right, I think that's it for today. I got work to do because my Etsy shop is opening tomorrow, and I have one more book that I need to do some photos for the listing. So, yep, I got to go get that done. I hope everyone is having a great day, and we'll talk soon. Take care. Bye.